The war has entered a perilous phase, one that feels less like a swift contest and more like a bruising, drawn-out boxing match. The stronger fighter, accustomed to quick victories, grows increasingly frustrated as the weaker opponent refuses to fall. Blow after blow lands, yet the challenger endures. And it is precisely this resilience that makes the situation more dangerous. This dynamic defines the current conflict involving United States, Israel, and Iran. Despite relentless bombardment, Iran has not relented. At the same time, United States finds itself unable to claim a decisive victory. For President Donald Trump, this stalemate is politically and psychologically taxing. There is no clear triumph to present to the American public or the world. For Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, however, this continuation of the conflict serves a different purpose. As long as the war persists and Iranian military infrastructure continues to suffer damage, particularly through American firepower, the situation remains strategically favorable for Israel. Meanwhile, the Gulf Cooperation Council countries find themselves unwilling participants in a conflict they did not initiate. Initially gripped by the unease and uncertainty due to the Iranian missile and drone strikes, their stance has gradually hardened. What began as anxious restraint has shifted into anger, with increasing calls for the United States to intensify its offensive against Iran in retaliation for what they perceive as reckless aggression. At the heart of the conflict lies a troubling question: who is actually making decisions in Iran? Following the assassination of Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, power reportedly passed to his son Mojtaba Khamenei, with strong backing from the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or the IRGC. Yet, conflicting reports suggest that Mojtaba himself may have been seriously injured in the same attack that killed his father. His current condition remains unclear, raising doubts about his ability to lead during such a critical moment. This uncertainty creates a dangerous vacuum. Who is directing military operations? Who is authorizing continued strikes on GCC countries or threatening to block the Strait of Hormuz? Most importantly, who is deciding against the surrender or even initiating back-channel negotiations with the United States and Israel? The opaque nature of Iran's leadership becomes even more concerning when viewed through the recent events. The killing of Ali Larijani, who was supposed to be one of the most influential leaders in the top echelons of Iran's decision-making matrix by Israeli and American forces, has only complicated the problem. Now, with him gone, decision-making appears to be shifted towards a more collective structure dominated by IRGC generals and senior clerics. This militarization of leadership carries inherent risks. Military leaders, by training and inclination, favor continued conflict, even in the face of mounting losses. History offers a stark parallel. Japan, in the final days of World War II, refused to surrender despite catastrophic casualties. Such a trajectory, if repeated, could have devastating consequences not just for Iran, but for the entire region and beyond. The global implications are already visible. Continued instability in the Strait of Hormuz threatens to choke one of the world's most critical oil supply routes, driving prices upwards. Simultaneously, repeated attacks on GCC infrastructure risk escalating into broader regional warfare. There is also a growing speculation about the GCC countries entering the conflict directly. Such a move would mark a dangerous escalation, exposing their oil facilities to sustain Iranian missile strikes. Until now, Iran has largely avoided directly targeting these assets, though isolated incidents have occurred. Should that restraint collapse, the conflict could spiral rapidly, sending oil prices to unprecedented levels and destabilizing the global economy. In such a scenario, hardliners in Iran may see an opportunity to consolidate power even as the nation edges towards devastation. The rest of the world, however, would bear the cost. What is urgently needed is clarity and restraint. Iran requires leadership capable of recognizing resilience not as a reason to prolong war, but as an opportunity to step back from the brink. Equally, the United States and Israel must reconsider the strategy of eliminating influential figures. Each assassination may remove a player from the board, but it also reduces the likelihood of a dialogue, silencing voices that might otherwise have steered the conflict towards a resolution.